I'm sorry I can't be in New York today as you discuss the issue of whether or not to record forensic interviews. I do, though, have several thoughts that may help you in the discussion. First, there is a clear consensus nationally and internationally that audio and video recording forensic interviews is best practice. The American Professional Society on the Abuse of Children, the National Children's Advocacy Center, and the Association of Prosecuting Attorneys are just some of the organizations contending that recording interviews is the best way to document the interview and to preserve evidence. In a document published by the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency and Prevention, every major forensic interview training program in the United States concluded that recording was best practice. As a reflection of this consensus, more than 90% of children's advocacy centers record their interviews. These are important facts to keep in mind. If you choose not to record interviews, you must consider how you will respond to the inevitable cross-examination questions as to why you have chosen a course of action that is rejected by most national organizations and more than 90% of the field. Second, failing to record interviews will often result in a loss of evidence. Studies published in 2005 and 2009 concluded that the rate of the spoken word is faster than the written word, and thus critical details are often lost. According to research from Michael Lamb, as much as 57% of the interviewer's utterances are lost through note-taking. Even more important, Lamb found that 25% of the details related to the alleged abuse are also lost. Without these details, important corroborating evidence is not obtained simply because the team was unable to document all the information a child provided. Third, failing to record forensic interviews impairs our ability to obtain incriminating statements or outright confessions. According to research from Ted Cross, investigators who corroborate even a small number of a child's details about the abuse are twice as likely to obtain a confession. If, though, we choose not to capture 25% of the critical details, we are less likely to obtain corroborating evidence and, in turn, less likely to obtain a confession. Fourth, failing to record makes it very difficult to meet national standards for conducting peer review. Researchers have found that peer review of recorded interviews is critical in maintaining and improving the skills of forensic interviewers. If this is true, then failing to record can have a long-term negative impact on your ability to interview children in a manner consistent with best practice. I realize that New York is one of a few states which does not have a law or court rule allowing the admissibility of a forensic interview. As a result, you have a number of fears of how the defense attorney may use the interview. Since many communities in New York are recording the interviews, you may want to assess whether any of these fears have materialized, and if so, to what extent. You will also need to balance these concerns against the research finding that not recording may limit your evidence and reduce your confession rate. I wish you the very best as you consider these issues. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. I have great respect for all that you do for children, and I look forward to our continued work together.